Innovative.
The WB Morning Show, hosted by the real Young LA and Cool Ass Cam.
Hey, check it out. It's your boy Young LA, the real Young LA, and you know I'm with my fam, Cool Ass Cam, man. Breathe on them.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the WB Morning Show. Hope y'all ready for the Wake and Bake.
This your first time here, we just want to let y'all know the WB stand for Wake and Bake, you know what I mean? We like to start with the chopsticks like Panda Express, you know what I'm talking about? And a good little mimosa, man. You know, the people in the back, that ain't nothing but a little orange juice and champagne. Don't be acting crazy. We got a special guest in the house tonight, man. This morning. See, that's how you got me scrambled. You know what I'm talking about? Go and introduce yourself. Let them know what it is.
Come on, man. Chuck DIZZLE, live and direct, homegrown, real 92.3, man. The WB on my end, the Wake and Bake stands for water bottle. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it clean, baby. I appreciate the welcome. I appreciate the love, man. I've been down from day one. Young, Cam, now I appreciate that, man. I love the platform. This reminds me of Lamoli. You said what episode is this?
Yeah, 118.
And you mentioned earlier,
we
man.
used to be right there, off of there, man.
118th of Lamoli.
Turn right there. Turn left right there.
That's
and park
crazy.
right there.
That's the origin. That's the original days of homegrown.
That's the original LA podcast.
Which is wild because we didn't even call it a podcast then. It was just it was a radio show. Mm-hmm. It was an internet radio show, and we treated it as just what it was, just a great platform for anybody that was seeking, a voice.
Y'all was consistent. Man. Y'all was very professional, and you treated everybody like they was somebody already. So now that these niggas is somebody, and you not at Lamoli no more.
That's
niggas
crazy.
at the big boy station now.
Yeah, man.
Man, it's just a time, signs of the time, man. Fast forward, I was telling when we said Chuck coming on, I'm like, damn, this is actually the first nigga who I ever got any type of radio shit.
That's
from.
Wild, bro. For real?
You know what I mean? Yeah, wasn't no radios before that, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you been on the radio.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
You been on homegrown radio.
Yeah.
It wasn't no gray area. It's a gray area now. You could go on a gang of different plays and it's still valued and looked at big. But back then it was
on or
hot
off.
or cold, my nigga. It wasn't no.
Yeah, it was a time where y'all gave us the alternative to the mainstream. Man. You feel me?
And I think that was always the goal, because me coming from a background in radio, started at 100.3 The Beat, worked at K-Day for a little bit. I saw what was needed, what was necessary.
So you worked at radio before Homegrown. Okay, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, 2004 is when I got my official start in radio. I got an internship at 100.3 The Beat. Like all of us, man. If you from LA, man, 92.3 The Beat for me was just like the standard. Sir. You know what I'm saying? I
went to all the summer jams as a kid and all that. We really from here.
We grew up trying to figure out, Theo and all that.
Theo
to this day,
came out at summer jam and he low key fucked himself up because I seen him. He was standing there talking. And it was like, damn, who the fuck is this? He said, hello. Is that Theo?
Right before the Moesha episode.
Niggas took that the wrong way. Niggas was like, oh, this ain't Theo. They thought Theo must have looked like whatever the guy who people think is the guy right now.
They saw him, they was like, wait a minute, this don't make sense.
They was waiting on DIZZLE to come out or something. That nigga, yeah, for sure.
But now having those early starts, man, and getting the intro into the game, then I saw, I remember distinctly, first getting my job at 100.3 The Beat as an intern, being out on the street team, getting people's mixtapes and their CDs, and I would try to hand them to the DJs, thinking that, okay, this is how it goes, the protocol. I get them, I give them to you.
Fast forward it.
Yeah, get it on, man. And one day, I tell us all the time, but one day specifically, I remember with street teamers, there's like a promotion bin. The promotion bin is like all of the T-shirts and the flyers and CDs that don't get given away. You know what I'm saying? We take them out to events to give stuff away. If stuff doesn't get given away, it comes back in the promo bin. Yeah. And I remember the CDs that I would get from different people, I would give to the jocks to see if they want to listen to it. And I understood the protocol. I knew they
kept making it in that promo bin.
It kept going into the promo bin, bro. And I was like, oh shit, all right, so at least I'm gonna take it and listen to it, because I had a college radio show at Long Beach State.
Right.
So I was like, all right, bet. I'm gonna just start taking these demos that I'm getting from people or these mixtapes.
I'll take the job.
I'll take the job.
Respectfully.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of where the birth of Homegrown, came from. It. And as years kind of would go, people would say the same thing. They're like, man, we can't get on power. We can't get on radio. But they knew every Thursday night when we were doing the show it started at Long Beach State, but then at the apartment in Inglewood, people knew they could pull up, and it was a good time, man. Wife would be cooking.
Yeah, shout out.
It was a good time, man.
Chef Dorsey.
Yep, Chef Tasha Dorsey.
I still remember her name.
Yep.
You know what else y'all started? Y'all started like a little network, because there was like a lot of people I knew just from going to Homegrown regularly, and then we all got tight.
Exactly.
And it was really like because of Homegrown as well.
But it was the same thing. Like it started off creating a voice and a platform for the voiceless, right? So it started off as artists, but then other DJs and other radio personalities, they couldn't get jobs, internships at the radio stations, so they saw what we were doing, and we left the apartment at one point and got a spot off of Market Street.
I was down there a sad day too.
It was.
And I'm like, man, they like, hey, no,
yeah.
How the Fat Boys break up?
Yeah, man. It was. I mean,
it's part of life. Though.
It's part of life. Like if the things happen, you grow apart, man. That's just.
I imagine if y'all still live there, you'd probably be. See y'all on Thursday.
So what had happened was, just to give you the insight, that was my pop's building. That was his apartment building. So when he passed, stepmoms ended up selling the spot, so we had to move out. We had to kind of pivot, and salute to G Malone, man, because he had a spot in Signal Hill.
Yeah, I remember.
So his studio, he allowed me and Head to kind of do the show out of there for about a little over a year. Yeah, exactly, man. Him and Tommy, man. So salute to them.
God.
They allowed us. Had that not happened, Homegrown would have stopped in 2012. It would have been it. We wouldn't have had a spot at that. I mean, we would have figured it out. Yeah, but at that moment, it would have really
there was no figuring have to be done.
No figuring have to be done.
Shout out to G Malone, man. I was just talking to him in the last couple episodes, and we were saying he like a hip hop historian now.
Oh man, dude, the way it's so funny to see his brand kind of like evolve into what it is, because he's always been that type of person. So like. Now the world gets a chance to see it and like appreciate it.
In the studio talk.
Exactly.
Now he press the play on it.
But you're right. It's really a historian, because he has a lot of the facts. He's been there majority of the time, and as a fan and somebody that's an artist as well, he gets a chance to kind of see different sides of it, and now create a business out of it. I'm proud of him, because I've been telling him, like, bro, you need your own podcast. We need people like you to kind of like speak your piece.
He be working his lives right now, but man, I could imagine we need to get G Malone down here and chop some game with him.
Salute to G, man.
I even liked how you flipped the perspective and did the Tupac from the other way.
Oh yeah, that got him a lot of controversy.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean, we in a controversial game. I figured he did it for that.
He knows
can't not do it for that.
He knows exactly what he's doing too.
You know that was about to shake some shit up.
Tupac must die. Like just the name itself is like what?
Yeah, no, you could start some shit with some Tupac fans. Yeah, some Tupac
for sure. Mm-hmm.
But let's get into it, man. I got a few podcast questions we like to ask to get it started. Do you remember how me and you met? Ain't no right or wrong answer.
I don't,
it's
dog.
Good content.
You know what's funny is that you always just was around.
That part.
I cannot remember the first time.
It had to be at Homegrown Radio. That would be the first, because I actually didn't know you was on the radio before then.
Yeah, so it together. It was Lamoli then, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Damn.
That was the first time I came around, because he brought me
in. Yeah. Wow. Damn. So this must be 2010.
Let's say this. Can you name some of the people that was there that used to be there all the time? Because I know for sure Miss Bliss.
I mean, I'll go down. Listen, Miss Bliss used to be there. Shout out to Homie Conflict, who goes as Prince Angeles now. Ace. Shout out to K-Boy. Shout out to
boy, That's So Dope.
Dope used to be there. Shout out to Homie Dub, D-Double. Shout out to Mark.
D-Double. Yeah, D-Double. He done moved and got married.
Yeah, he in Texas right now. He doing his thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, Salas, of course, DJ Head.
Salas is a manager in the game now.
He's connecting a lot of dots. Sure. And it's funny because he kind of came around at a time where things were shifted in his career, so he even kind of credits Homegrown and myself like for allowing him to come through and just you said, networking to kind of get his thing off the ground. Chevy Jones, Willie B.
Yeah, Willie B.
Man,
For sure. I remember seeing Kendrick.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking of people like
I know
that.
you are regulars, but I just want to slip that in so they can hear it.
Yeah, for sure. Kendrick.
Even I remember when Willie B got the placement with Kendrick and it went crazy as well.
Man,
too.
the Rick and Mortis joint, man.
A lot of people don't know. I damn near credit Willie B for the Real Young LA.
Really?
When we shot the hood going crazy out there at the first Taste of Soul, which is crazy too. Everybody was just walking to me. I know the real.
Damn.
I was like, damn. But at the end, he got on. He said, "It's Willie B from TDE, and I know the real Young LA, not that nigga from Atlanta." And
damn.
After that was the one that made people like, "Oh, your name is the Real Young LA now."
You know, okay, so now it's starting to come back. I remember.
There we go.
I remember working at K-Day at the time.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was a promo that you were doing, but I remember, because that's when the other one was going crazy on the radio, and I just remember like, oh wait, no, hearing about you, and then connecting with you through C Nice and Roosevelt and them too, and then
Black Friday
joint, and then the Western Awareness Conference.
Yes,
so like,
sir.
I remember that was like the entry point. I just as you said that, I was like, damn, I do remember being at K-Day at the time when I heard that there was the real, and I'm like, oh shit, like
it's funny because I had dropped a mixtape before he came out with DJ Dents.
That's what it was.
DJ Dents had got the thing y'all got, and he called me. He like, damn, bro, you got signed to Interscope and you didn't hit me. We dropped the mixtape and all that. You gotta let a nigga know. And I'm like, nah, bro, that ain't me. He like, bro, this dude look like you. His name spelled the same way. I'm like, bro, that is not me.
Right.
And that's how I really found out. I found out from DJ Dents before he actually came out. Yeah, that's my good brother.
That's the OG right there, man. We worked at the beat together for a little bit too.
He's spinning at the Clippers now.
Yeah, man. Oh man, just to see a lot of people evolve into what they're doing now. It's just been an amazing journey to kind of see everybody kind of have their stories. You know what I'm saying?
Dents brought me out before I made a song. I played the song up there. He played it at the Clipper game, and then they liked it. I just read a remix and made it a Clipper song when talking about all of the stuff, and then he was playing it all the time. So
salute to Dents. I give Dents credit because like there's, and this kind of goes into why I do what I do. Mm-hmm. There were a handful of people that when I was at the beat, when I was an intern, and even when I was working there for a couple of years, that would open their doors in and to let me just either watch them run the boards or just be cool with being in the studio. Because I mean, you gotta understand, like I grew up listening to radio, listening to these cats. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to be in the studio. I just love radio so much. I just wanted to do it to some capacity. So just being in a room meant so much. And a lot of times, protocol and into the business and radio, it's politics. They don't want you in the studio. They don't want. There's a lot of things, a lot of personalities that don't like that. Yeah. But he was one of those that was welcome.
It's people like that recording wise too. They
Facts.
Don't feel comfortable with a lot of people when they're recording. They like to be me and the
man.
So you gotta understand it.
But yeah, he was one of those people that allowed me just to be in the studio, man. Him, the homie DJ Mo Dave, salute to Nautica De La Cruz, my girl Angie B. I mean, there's so many.
Who else used to be going crazy back there? It was a girl,
Gigi Sweet. Gigi Sweet.
And
she's still in the streets,
mashing,
man.
for sure.
Crazy,
I performed at the Taste of Soul with Gigi Sweet. That's why we came up there. Then we shot the video and so forth.
Yeah, but very welcoming, man. And that right there, being a part of the beat community taught me like what it was about to be about the community. You know what I'm saying? Sir. So like when Homegrown formed, it was like we got our traction, but like you want to show, you got to show. Shout out to the Cousins, shout out to the Groovy Liz, the Essentials Radio, shout out to the Liquor Cabinet. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I just thought about? I put up
Rehab. My bad.
I put up and did a show with y'all on Market Street at one time too.
That's what I'm saying. That's so that evolved when we were so. The origin was Long Beach State. Then me and Head started doing a show out of my apartment in Inglewood. That got shut down. We went to Signal Hill, and then after Signal Hill, we found a spot on Market Street before the gentrification, before shit got crazy or whatever. And then that's when we kind of start opening up for other shows to kind of be a part of what we were doing. So, man, salute to Rehab Radio. At one point, it was the Liquor Cabinet, and then we had the Essentials. My man DJ DIZZLE was with the Cousins and Big. Like all these people were family, man. Even at one point,
too.
He going crazy too with his business too.
For sure.
But at one point, even before we had the network while we were in the apartment, because even Black Friday had a show on Homegrown at one point. You know what I'm saying? So all these people, like, just to kind of give you a sense of like who was around at that time, and it was a community effort.
Black Friday, they don't even remember Black Friday. I mean, not saying the people, the squad. I mean the actual Black Friday, the event.
Group. No, what you mean?
Event, when we went up there and protested at Power 106.
What's funny is that a lot of people, that when it kind of happened, when it resurfaced again a couple of years ago, I'm like, y'all don't realize that this happened in 2009.
They don't realize we really changed radio.
Man, on some real shit.
Yeah, man. We had to go stand on the front line. There was a lot of people that wanted to do it, but they had faces and names already, so they couldn't. But we went and did it. And
y'all made it happen.
They mixed in a interview they had with Snoop Dogg with the protests and put it. It was on World Star and it hit 1 million views.
That's crazy.
I
remember that.
I remember everybody.
I remember that.
Yeah, so fast forward now. I remember back then they was only playing like New York from Jay-Z. I'm from New York. Nigga come in town like, bro, am I on the right radio station? I remember somebody called me like, bro, I'm on. Is this 92.3 the right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's this. I don't hear no LA rap.
Yeah.
Think Baby Problem, Snoop Dogg.
Well, yeah, I got in trouble, man, because that was at the time that I was working at K-Day.
Let's hear about that, baby. You took that chance because you knew you probably wasn't supposed to. Or,
no. It was a song. I don't know if you remember. Probably had a song with Corrupt called "I'm Burnt."
I'm burnt.
And nigga, I love that.
That was after the great one that he dropped.
Exactly. That was after I'm Toe Up and all. You know what I mean? Samples. Man, I remember playing it. And, I don't really understand the protocol. I just thought that, some shit is hot, some shit is hot.
I'm DJ, I'm supposed to break
I'm going to play records, right? You know what I'm saying? And I got the call. You're not supposed to be doing that. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, all right, cool. Then this the one that really got me, though. There was another time when the Lakers won the championship in 2009, I believe. 2009. And Lil Wayne had this song, Kobe Bryant. And nigga, I know, Wayne from LA, it is what it is, but it was a Kobe Bryant song, and I'm like, nigga, it's a tribute to Kobe. It's some good shit.
And it's right now.
It's right now. Like literally as they were like, people were still headed on the way to Staples Center doing, what they had to do. Yeah. And I must have played like 3 or 4 times in a row. Got that call like, hey, you're not supposed to be doing that. It's not in the rotation. I'm like, but it's a moment. So these were like my early introduction to like, oh, okay, you can't just press play on shit. And, Politics. I knew, but it's like, no, you just can't.
You're
it's
thinking
a protocol.
like, I'm gonna take this step forward for us. I'm not doing it for me.
I'm not
doing it for Wayne.
Standards and practices you gotta adhere to.
Doing it for the culture.
And I enjoyed the moment. It was the moment, right?
Yeah, you trying to get a moment to all of us
because that's what I grew up listening to. So I realized after that, like, oh, okay, the medium of radio is completely different, and it is what it is. You got to go through guidelines, and I was exited from that station shortly after that, and at that time I realized too, like, how effective you are inside the building and outside the building. And salute to the homie Tajay, who was another person that was coming through Homegrown day one. Noni Spitz around that time.
Noni Spitz, that was the name I was thinking of.
Noni Spitz, man. Noni and Day One were responsible for doing like some of my first drops. Matter of fact, Willie B, my cousin Ron, and Noni Spitz Day One did some of our first drops with Homegrown. But at that time, he was telling me when I transitioned out of K, he was like, yo, I get it, I understand, but you're more valuable inside that building. We need people like you there. Yeah. So if you ever get the opportunity again, I get it. There's you're gonna have to sacrifice. There's gonna be some things you can't do, but we need you in there. Yeah, so he said that, and it really hit home. So the next opportunity, which would be years later when Real 92.3 came about, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play it a little more smarter. Do what I can, hold that flag down, but also have my foot in both lanes of mainstream radio and still building Homegrown.
And then at one time, I remember you was working the lives.
Oh yeah.
And it was smart because you was doing it in the building. But I'm not doing it on the show, but I'm running my show.
Exactly.
And that was booming. And I think I put first and the 15th on there.
Yeah, you did. And it was so people that don't understand, like, there's protocol. There's certain songs you just can't get on. Like, it is what it is, right? But when there's like major advertisers, we got it up to the point where there was an advertiser that wanted to do something based off of our show. Yeah. So layman's terms, they just basically paid for the whole fucking night. It was like AT&T. So their whole thing was we want a show that's based off of local talent, which we were already doing.
Yeah.
But they were like, okay, this is your gateway to get whatever songs you want to get on. So in that opportunity, it's like, okay, I'm gonna try to get all my folks in, but at the same time keep it fair too for the listeners, and just introduce them to different acts that they may not even heard of or whatnot. So at that time, the floodgates was open.
I remember it was a competition going on, and I think it was with AT&T.
Yep, the Come Up Show.
And I think another guy won. He was like
FIFA.
Yeah, he won. But the thing why we won is because they end up putting my clip and Airplane James clip into
side by
the
side
promo for it, and they played it every hour for like a month.
It was wild, bro.
So everybody was like, bro, when we did the competition, everybody did the whole thing, and then it was over.
Yeah.
I didn't win. Cool. Everybody voted. It was cool. They had I felt like it was gay because they had my name at the bottom. So people was thinking it was like a list of 10, but you had to scroll, and it was like a list of 20.
Right.
So fast forward, it was cool. I had to put a video up of me scrolling so people could know.
Actually know how to vote for you. Right.
So it's all good. But we end up, you got to take the L. You got to take your dubs.
See, then
look. Now I'm out in the world, and somebody called me like, "Hey, Pressure on the radio," and I'm like, "Nah, you tripping, bro?" And they like, "Nigga," and they send me the video, and I'm like, "I don't know what's going on now." And then the next hour, nigga called me and sold the radio, and I'm like, "Hold on, let me go sit in a car and catch what's going on." And then when I figured out what it was, I was like, "Man, I appreciate the homegrown."
Yeah,
radio.
man, and stuff like that, man. It was important. Like it was like whatever opportunity that we can get to, and I don't want people to get a sense of like, oh, we were just doing the alley oop and the lob for the homies. Like, no, it's quality music out of the like the 10,000 songs that were sent.
Yeah.
We were going through all of those songs.
Yeah.
We were going through everything, and then it just so happened I'm like, oh yeah, this is fire, and it's the homie. Like,
no, I never got to y'all helped me in no form or fashion. No,
but it worked out.
Y'all helped me, but at the same time, because now see the thing was when the record dropped, y'all was able to be like, oh yeah, I know him. He's been in this.
Exactly. We can reference it back.
This is a nice record. I never heard of him.
And what it did for us too, it allowed us to reference it because with radio, they're all about research, right? As before, it was like, okay, we're just gonna take chances. Now it's like, yo, this is millions of dollars behind this shit. Yeah. We have to make sure this shit works.
It's got
to be more calculated, which I don't necessarily agree with, but I understand. It's your money, you spending it, you doing it however you want to do it. So for me, I just looked at it as, okay, this is research. Boom. Well, this one worked because it got this many votes, and I can tell you, sounding good is subjective because I'm a DJ or whatever, right? This sounds good. The people are voting for it. So that's why you should put it in the promo. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if the homie don't win, it is what it is, but at least he's getting that rotation in. So like that was always my mentality of it. Like
that was actually bigger than winning to me.
And that's my thing. Like even if whoever won, it was more or less of like the weeks that kind of led up to it. And the fact that people knew that, okay, you can hear this unreleased music or artists that you may not necessarily hear every hour on the hour, which that was a whole other thing. I'm like, that was one thing that I pushed for. I'm like, instead of just telling people that this show or this segment exists at this time, let's have promo go throughout the day so people can know when to listen to it. So hence why they, ran it all throughout the day versus just throughout that time slot. And that's one of the many battles that I feel like I go through,
I
being in that building.
You was really going for us.
Yeah, man. And I still do, and that's the thing. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Even though I'm not as vocal about it, I'm still, we still have music meetings that happen every week at the station. I'm the one that's pretty much pushing, and what gets through, and if it doesn't, I still showcase it by any means with the live and direct segment.
At the end of the day, really, what people don't realize is with opportunities, all I could do is get you to the opportunity. If it don't go through, you can't be like, well, I thought you. It ain't like that. But
how it works. You know how it is. A lot of people don't understand it.
No, it took me a while. I came in the game as one of them rappers that rap against anybody. You want to rap? You know how to rap.
I can rap right.
And then I realized that ain't even gonna get it. It took me to meet Roosevelt and C Nice and get the whole Western Conference, and I realized, oh yeah, talent like 15-20% of the game.
Right.
The rest is the business. Yeah. It is how you operate around certain people and can do their value, how they look at you and stuff like that.
As somebody that does media and looking at the landscape now, it's the same situation. It's like, oh damn, people aren't they don't care about the important questions and getting to know people. It's like you go for the clickbait.
Yeah, now we in that world. So that's what we got here. We still keeping it the classic way.
Yeah.
We about
the conversation and all that.
Yeah, we'll let it build up on its own.
Yeah.
If of course, that's why I wasn't even like, I'm not gonna do no podcast because I always felt like podcasters was clickbaiters.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then it took me talking to Cam and he telling me, nah, that ain't it. And just
you can create your own
everything
narrative
out of it until we made it here, and then I start thinking it is people.
Yeah.
You know,
no,
like
but
the great Chuck Dizzle.
Come
you
on
need
now.
to put the great in the front now.
Come
man.
on, I appreciate that. I'm all about receiving the flowers, man. So this is my girl Chrissy B. She has something with this platform. She has music and media, and she recognized me for leadership in the community. And I'm you know me, young. I'm like I shy away from it because it's like I like to let the work speak for itself, right?
You doing it for some real shit.
But I have to receive it. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta live in the moment.
Absolutely.
Because we living in a future to a certain extent because the stuff you planning, you trying to execute.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get time to stop and just like, oh, that was a good event.
Yeah.
Just let me just appreciate that.
Exactly.
Let me go have go eat something healthy too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let me
talk
go.
about it. They say you don't
go to
smoke
Starbucks.
or drink.
Yeah, he go to Starbucks every day, so he might go to Erewhon or something to celebrate. But it takes you to do that, man. Because if not, we moving fast and time is so fast and life is so short.
Yeah, and that's why I want to congratulate you guys for getting you said 118 episodes out the way, man. That's a lot of people say they want to do this or They wait for the right opportunities, like to see y'all get it out the mud. 118 episodes deep right now, man, and
we
continue success for sure.
The show booked up to April right now.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Love that,
every
man.
Monday. So when I be talking to people, they be, let me get on the show for sure. I'm gonna call you next Monday. Schedule, and I be like, hey, are you free? May 13th. They be like, hold on, May 13th.
Are you or are you not? What you want to do?
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? We could figure something out.
Sorry, if we booked, we busy. Waking and baking, baby.
Hey, shout out to the good people, man. I go out every day, so now that people know, they always in me. So it seemed like I could leave. We could call everybody next week and come back. It'd be like, how many people you got on the list now? I'm like, 12.
Whole new list.
Damn, 12? And I'm like, being a real nigga, I feel like if I told you I'm gonna call you next Monday, I could call you next Monday, and then it'd be like, nigga, see you again. Like, a couple Mondays passed.
You said you was gonna call me.
Yeah, so I can't. I don't know how to live in that little gray. I like to live right where we. If I said it, I'm gonna do it. So.
How has it been for you? The transition of music wise to then now. Okay, this is a whole different media that helps the music as well. Yeah, but it's a different lane of being creative. How have you kind of like navigated through that space?
I enjoy it, man. I never thought I could see myself as a podcaster. So now that I've been doing it, and people who never do podcasts, we didn't at least have 5 people. That's people. Yeah. That's like, I don't even podcast. I would never do no interview, but because it's you, I'm gonna do it. And we had a great interview. So that's that type of stuff. When I go out all the time, most of the time I got a lot of things I do. Podcasting. Probably the newest one. So when people come to me, hey man, I'm gonna get on your podcast. In my head, I'm like, damn that's what we talking about. You know what I mean? And it's the good people. You know what I mean? So I'm talking about don't even speak. We'll be across the room. And they looking at me crazy, and I'm like, damn, what I do?
Book me podcast.
And then I get cuz, what's wrong? When I'm gonna get on the podcast?
Yeah.
And I'm like, see, that's how you get on. So me knowing so many people, I feel like it'll be a disservice if I put who I want to put on and who I want. It's subjective. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I go out, when people ask me, can I get on the podcast? That's how I get on. So I'm this far from every time I see somebody, they ask me, when you get on the podcast, and I write their name down and call them and add them on.
We've had a little bit of everybody on, like everybody that do different things, you know? It's not just music artists. We've had, dude who run the marathons, who went on this fitness journey.
Wow. Yeah, somebody who lost 500 pounds or something.
Sheesh.
Yeah, people who working out, they building muscle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All different.
Everybody said that the thing is, everybody has a story. Somebody asked me that the other day. They were like, man, so when you listen to new music, or like, what's that one thing that attracts you to somebody? To listen to them, I'm like, you just gotta just have a story. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The music is gonna be subjective, but what's the story behind it? Yeah, I might not even like it, to be perfectly honest, but if the story is there, it's like I know it's bigger than me, and they can help somebody else out. Yeah. So
and that's what it's all about. What story could connect with somebody in the world? what I basically realized, I speak for the people that be in class that don't want to raise their hand and ask questions. So all the people in the back, that's who I'm talking about. Because I know they ain't gonna ask, so they can be right here with you and be like, man, I want to know how I can get on the radio like Chuck DIZZLE. They'll see you and won't never ask you though.
Right.
So now that they're here, I can ask you, and they can watch the episode and still get that same information without feeling like. Because some people be feeling like, man, if I raise my hand, this might be a stupid question.
Nah, not at all.
I ask all the stupid questions, my nigga. You could
somebody gonna appreciate it, and then you get the game too. At the end of the day,
it's the same game. You know what I mean? And I realized like I know everybody to a certain extent. Just because how we meet and what we doing. Kind of fast, loud music. I'm seeing you over time, still picking bits and pieces up to put you a puzzle together. But when we get on here, you can ask a whole
break it all down.
And then on the other end, I realized a lot of people be having questions for me too. You know what I mean? So that's one of our podcast questions. We always switch it to the end and let the guest become the podcaster, and they get to ask us a question. And so fast forward.
I do got a question though.
We could do it now.
I mean, because I'm
do the intro to it.
Do what you got to do.
One of the things we like to do is let you become the podcaster, and we switch it, and you can ask Cam a question, and you can ask me a question. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And if you ask us one question at the same time, it's most chances only one of us is gonna have to answer.
Okay.
So you can break it up if you want to.
Okay. So I've heard from your perspective, Young, on the platform, and what you get out of it. But Cam, what's the goal? What's that thing that you got that as a collective, but in your mind as well, that you're reaching for? I guess we can talk about from the beginning of starting this to where you are now. It's like, okay, we've checked this off the list, but now we got to get to this particular point to know, not necessarily that we made it, but like this is what we're aiming for right now.
All right. So what I can say is, let me say this first. You and Homegrown Radio was a big influence in like kind of what it helped with the creation of what we started here with Innovative Culture.
That's blueprint. Wow.
It gave us the blueprint.
Wow.
Y'all the blueprint.
Everything that you said you did, in my mindset, is like that's what I felt like I was trying to build right here. But I wouldn't have ever had that vision or ever saw that if I wouldn't have seen your play first.
Wow. Damn.
And a lot of people won't, feel comfortable enough to say that, like, oh, this nigga gonna feel like I copied this shit.
Hell no.
That type of shit.
I did the same. No, I did the same shit. I told Julio G the same shit in my apartment building. I said, bro, had it not been for West Side Radio, and I tell him every time I see him, I said, if it wasn't for West Side Radio, and I told Sway when I met Sway, if it wasn't for the Wake Up Show,
Sway,
that's literally what Homegrown is.
If you can name your top 5, you damn near named them.
That's
already.
it right there.
Top 3 for sure.
It's Julio G, Sway. I give credit to John London in the house party at the time because I was listening to him. Of course, Big Boy. I was listening to Big Boy when he was on in the afternoon, then got to the morning show. So it's like all of these people I got a chance to connect with or have some type of conversation with. So hell no, like I appreciate that because it's a full circle moment for me. It's like, damn, I've took.
Oh, you for sure up in that.
Man, I took what they gave me and kind of held that torch up. So it's the same now. It's like, damn, that feels good that that somebody has grabbed that blueprint and has made it their own. Like when I walked in, you can tell them the first thing I told the official, I'm like, yo, Juice, I was like, yo, this literally feels like the apartment like when we first started off. Like I know how it goes setting up and it takes a month. Like I get all of that shit. I know how it is with the scheduling, everything. So it's like, yo, it feels good to see those seeds that were planted back then to see the how it is now. You know what I'm saying? Like it really feels good and I appreciate y'all having me for sure.
Yeah. So what I can say is like we've been doing, I've been podcasting for over 6 years now. And I've worked on over 30 different podcasts. Damn. And like we was talking earlier about how a lot of people don't make it to episode 10. A lot of people may not make it to episode 5. I had some people come do 1 or 2 and then,
that was it.
That'd be it.
Yeah.
But it's still a part of the growth because it's like, all right, I was able to kind of put my creativity into it. It's still something, whether I created a logo for that show or I do all the editing, I do all the distribution, I do all the recording, you know what I mean? So going from that, we started in my garage when I got a studio space, you know what I'm saying? To where just start booming. Little, like
Yeah,
you say,
hell yeah.
same kind of story.
Hell yeah.
It's just timeline be a little
everything
different.
that you're saying right now, I'm like, dog, I pinpoint. I remember that. So keep going. Keep
So
going.
here we are today. This is our third location of working with innovative culture. Young was coming around. I'm gonna tell you how we started WB Morning Show. Young was coming around probably like every week, filling in for other people, doing guest spots on people's shows and stuff like that. But everybody wasn't really as consistent. And I'm looking like, well, you come in as a guest and you're consistent as a guest. You could probably be a little bit more consistent as a host. So I waited till everybody left one day and we sat up and we had the conversation like, hey, bro, why don't you start a show with me?
And you were resistant to it at first? Or?
Yeah, I said at least 5 no's to
Really?
everything he said. So you want to do a podcast? I'm like, hell no. Not even no, hell no.
But
and he like, why not? What's your problem? And I'm like, bro, I'm not fit to be trying to do like, I'm a in the world type of nigga.
Yeah.
So being in the world, if you asking niggas weird questions, so
Yeah,
you said
gotta
we had this
see
great
niggas.
interview,
Yeah.
and then in the end, the clip we get is you saying something crazy, and you like, Chuck Dizzle is high or
Right,
something,
right,
and they
yeah.
like, you didn't
You
even
used
smoke,
that, right.
you didn't get no champagne,
Yeah.
you do like one little moment, and nigga, we flipped it on you,
Yeah.
like, yeah, we got him high
We
at
got
our
the
show,
moment. Yeah.
and niggas like click the shit out of it, and it don't show too much,
whole
but it's
interview,
enough to show to make niggas like, oh, this nigga, and then now they just blasting it away the whole time. The WB Morning Show
Yeah.
getting followers, and it's like that. I don't want.
That's
that.
not what we're
Hell
doing
no.
right here, though.
right,
So I had
right.
to explain
It's like
that part to
that's-
him.
So no, we ain't gonna do that. So I'm like, all right, cool. Then I'm telling them, yeah, I don't want to, like, I gotta, if I go come, cause like I'm like we moving around, I might go out of town. So now I know if we do it on Monday, I gotta be back every Monday.
right.
So it's like, don't be the person that make us start missing shows now, cause I'm outside and you like,
Oh, we're not doing it this
not-
week.
Oh no, yeah, we tripping.
That ain't happening,
so
right.
we ain't missed no Monday since we started.
That's
you know what I
fire.
mean? So that was all I'm saying. He looking at me like, bro, that's why I'm getting you.
Yeah.
And you try to tell me that. So
Right.
that's
We already on the
going-
same
yeah.
page.
So then the last thing, at the point, I'm still trying to make him say no. Right? This is how I'm fit to kill him off. He's not about to want to do it after this. Right? I'm like, okay, so this the only twist. If we do a show, we got to do it at 9:30 in the morning.
You like, I know he ain't gonna wake up.
Yeah, he podcast is a
Right,
nighttime
right.
thing. That nigga was like, man, that's crazy because I'm off Mondays and I always be up early. I'll be like looking for something to do. So I'm like, at this point, it got to be God because
Yeah.
I didn't for sure tried to slam dunk everything, and he cleanly.
I've been
just,
trying to do a morning show since I started recording,
That's
and everybody want to record at night.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
he clean. He just blocked everything I threw, like
Damn.
Bruce Lee, like talking to you, like no,
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. So yeah, when I finished, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to be in karate class or something. That's what God's trying to tell me. So fast forward, yeah, I'm in here, and it's like, yeah, people look at me like I'm a podcaster now, which is crazy to me, and it's crazy that I'm even interviewing you. Like
That's
I had
full
just
circle,
zoned
man.
out, like nigga, I'm interviewing
It's a full
Chuck
circle
Dizzle.
moment, man.
I would have never in history ever thought I'd ever interview you.
Nah, but I love it though, man. That's the story of this. Like that's, I don't know, that in the back of my mind, that was always the play and the point. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, give people a voice that don't have a voice. Like it doesn't, just because you can't be regulated to a radio station or a platform and same thing with the artist, like to get your music heard or get your voice heard. So it's like the fact that I see so many people doing it now, it's like the cream is gonna rise to the top regardless, but it's like the fact that people have the opportunity, like that was always my biggest thing. Now if people don't fuck with it or you don't stick through that has nothing to do with me. At least you gave it a shot, or at least you got the opportunity. So it's like I love seeing that, and the fact that you were presented with it, tried to block it, and then it was like, no, all these things are showing you like it's meant to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So right now, we almost at like 800 followers on YouTube. We trying to get to that 1,000. So it's been
monetizing.
moving.
Yeah.
We probably got like the most, like a 5,000 view, 10,000 view video on Instagram.
Fire.
With Slink Johnson. And then it's crazy. One of my bro that I know from the streets, and we've been living and going. I've been working out every day now. We've been working out for like 2 years. We brought him on here and we did a video for that, and that's the most views we got on YouTube. It's like 250, 300.
That's fire.
So we just trying to transfer, the good views we be getting on Instagram to get people to get on YouTube. working and just keep growing. But you know, in reality, this is how he running it. I'm just like you said, I'm with the program.
Yeah, man.
That's how he running it. I got my little space. I know how to work my space real well.
Yeah.
And he work everything else. So,
Well, I'm gonna tell you something just to build off of what you guys are already doing. The consistency is gonna be your biggest leverage. You know, and I know you know that. The one time that we saw a dip off in the numbers, because you know we were doing it from college days. I was doing it from the college, and then when we got to the apartment every Thursday people knew you can just pull up to the apartment every Thursday. The only time we stopped was the weekend that I got married. And we took a break from there, but that weekend or that week we had off and came back, the numbers dipped because people were expecting us to be there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have an obligation to show up for your people.
Basically,
it's the same thing I hear Big Boy say all the time. It's like, you're not going to ever catch me not there at the studio at 5 a.m. You know what I'm saying? He's going to always be there for the people, the voice of L.A.
Yeah.
And the only time he took off was when he transitioned from Power to Real 92.3. But that's going to be your biggest leverage point. The second thing is making sure that the team is in place and everybody understands the vision, because a lot of times people just sometimes people don't get it, or everybody has their own visions or whatever. So as long as you guys consistently tapping into that. And the third line is streamline it so you don't have to do everything. I'm telling you right now, because I'm you. I know how this goes. You're gonna burn the fuck out. You have to figure out somebody else that can take on these roles. And I know not everybody has that same vision that you have, but you have to be able to relinquish those roles to individuals. Delegate that so somebody else can do it. So then
trust
you
in that person's
turn,
talents.
Exactly. That's gonna help you take that shit to the next level. That's what I had to learn when we were at Market Street, because I was the same one. I'm editing on the website, I'm posting all this, I'm posting on social media, and then Salas had to bring in Sparkles. Like, yo, she can do this. Like,
shout out Sparkles.
I'm like, no, whatever. Just tell her what you need, and she got it. She got the vision, she understood, and that took us to one level. Then the homegirl Lupe, same thing. We were at Real 92.3. It's like, okay, I got to make sure I'm doing the boards and all this. Yeah, that's cool, but you got to show other people how to do that. Not only is it helping you out, but you're helping somebody else's story as well, and helping them kind of grow into their field. So, yeah, man, the consistency you guys have that there, being out, being personable, being a stand-up solid individuals, right?
You already know that.
That's already going to be there.
Yeah.
But that, like you were saying, like a part of this is not just the talent. It's the 80% is everything outside of that.
Yeah.
Y'all had the talent, y'all got the consistency, so now it's just adding on and building on to those other components that you guys already had, that solid foundation, man. But I see this shit growing and continuing to be successful and being like a real staple in the community for sure.
All right. What song made you fall in love with hip hop? That part. Let's get into some of these questions now, sir.
So it's a 2-part answer.
That part.
The first song that I remember purchasing with my own money, like I had to borrow some money because it was from I was in, I want to say second grade, first or second.
It was yours when you borrowed it.
Yeah, Rhodium Swap Meet. I got the single
shout out to the
of
Rhodium.
Dr. Dre and Snoop, Dre Day.
Fire.
So everybody knows that song. He's going back and forth with Rufus and Easy, but like I heard the song on the radio so much that I liked the song as a kid. But that was the first time that I remember hearing like, oh, these are like cuss words. Oh shit, like they tripping. I'm to the point where my boy's pops was the one that took us to the swap meet. I buy it. This is before the parental advisory stickers. So it's like you can be a youngster buying shit with your own money. It's a swap meet, so they're not tripping. So I get the tape, get the cassette, tell Pops, hey, what you guys buy? Oh, here, Dr. Dre Day. He pops it in, and he like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, because that was a for real diss record.
My nuts on your tonsils. I'm like, oh shit, he didn't say that on the radio. That's constant. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, yeah. That was a diss record. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, he didn't say that on the radio. Yeah. But I fuck with this. But the point was, it got such a crazy reaction where I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Yeah. I love this. This shit is dope. That part. The song that I remember writing the lyrics down to, so I kind of had like was Slick Rick's children's story. I remember memorizing that, like,
Yeah.
and I think it was because of the story aspect of it. And of course,
Yeah.
children's story, like, so that, and then the last component was the first CD that I bought with my own money. This is now I got my own little bread or whatever.
Yeah.
Still a little older, whatever, was Dog Pound, dog food.
Yeah.
And this was right after the parental advisory stickers came out, right?
Yeah.
So I go to the Warehouse Music, which used to be Magic Disc in the Carson Mall, and dude was being a hater, man. I got the CD, gave it to dude, and he was like, and my mom's with me. He's like, ma'am, do you know this song has songs like Bomb Ass Pussy on here? Are you sure you want your son to have this?
Wow.
Mom's looking like, man, like, go and let him have. Like, I'm not tripping. Let him have that shit. Like, it is what it is. So mom's let me have it, and I just remember just listening to that top to bottom at the time, man. So yes, it's 2 or 3 fold, but like
I
those
like
3
that one.
songs, like,
nah, that's
really
good
had it.
though. Now, cause I want to ask Cam, what's the first CD you bought? Cause I actually got a story behind the first CD I bought.
The first CD.
Yeah, that you bought with your own
money.
Yeah.
First CD I ever bought with my own money was the Marshall Mathers LP.
Word.
Damn.
But I had to get that
clean.
clean version.
Might want to get a
I had to get that edited version, the one without the parental advisory
You had
sticker.
to get-
So the songs was different. It was one record that wasn't on there.
You don't want to, yeah, cause shady. Well, yeah,
just
hell
like
like
that.
that. Damn.
Nigga, I'm on the podcast right now. Hey, shout out to my bro, man. This nigga is locked up. I don't know how he got on FaceTime.
Yeah, he don't
you
know.
blowing me up, nigga. I'm at work right now, sir. I got a morning show now. It's called the WB Morning Show. I definitely want to holler at you. I'm gonna hit you as soon as I get off this motherfucker. This nigga viral. You viral. Hey, say something to the people, man. Yeah. Tell your boys to say something too. Pop it, man. Y'all live. Yeah. Yeah, much love, man. Free y'all, man. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Buck, I'm gonna hit you as soon as I get off this month. We live right now. We with Chuck DIZZLE.
What's the deal?
Cool ass Cam, man. You see, we have it big chops and champagne bottles for breakfast, man. I'm gonna call you right back, bro. I got you. All right.
That's crazy. I think I'm on. I forgot the station. I'm on out in Youngstown. So when you said that city, I'm like, oh damn,
That's crazy.
that's wild. Salute to them, man. That's
So,
fire.
that was wild because I'm like, I ain't about to answer. We live.
Nah, that was like,
nigga
you
called
know,
calling
it was 4 or
back to
5
back.
years.
Even
It
you
kept going
said
back
it,
to
man.
back.
You might want to answer.
Going to
And
get
I would
that.
have never thought that was
Nah.
one. So yeah, that was like, that's like, you know, we call each other best friends. I've been thugging with him since a little kid.
That's fire, man.
He just never stopped thugging. I tried to get him some, come do this with me.
Yeah.
I'm over here doing, look up. He called me, bro. I'm locked up on some Rico type shit. So free my bro, man. I hope it all go well. I ain't even talked to him, so that was crazy. I'm gonna have to hit him back. But
That's
yeah,
wild.
that nigga's in Ohio
That's
right now,
wild.
boy.
Youngstown, man.
Shit, man. God damn. But
He said
Marshall
Marshall Mathers
Mathers.
EP.
so look, the first CD that I went to go buy was the game, the documentary.
Word.
So I told my mama to go buy it. She was already at the store when like, hey, I'm right here. You need something? I'm like, that's when CDs used to be at Walmart and shit. Grab the documentary. She not paying attention. Come back with the clean version. I'm hot. Everything is bleeping shit out. I got a car with beat. I'm trying to tear the streets up. And it's like, this motherfucker got everything bleeped out. So I tell
It's
her like,
funny, man, because I had 2 albums like that. So the first one was the Marshall Mathers LP, and the second one was Nellyville.
Oh man.
And the funny thing is, they had that skit on there.
Right.
Welcome to
Cedric the
Nellyville.
Entertainer,
Oh,
Yeah.
where he
God.
like trying to put on the music. We got the little shawty over there, and she like, oh, the clean version. Like,
yeah. That's crazy.
That happened to you. That's
So what happened was we was in the ghetto and I'm telling my mama like, yeah, we got to do something about this. You feel me? She felt bad.
We gotta
I'm
do
gonna take
something.
yeah.
You gotta tell
I'm
Mom
gonna
we
take
gotta
you to
do
buy.
something about
I'm gonna
this.
buy you the regular version. So we went to the Avalon swap meet, right?
Wow.
Went in there, bought it, and when we driving by, she telling this my sister used to have a strip club right here. And my auntie Lynette. I always knew that, but now I'm grown, they telling me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm listening to the thing. So, bam, we pull up. It's a barbershop next to the strip club. She go in there and ask the dude in the barbershop, like, hey, y'all know the lady who used to own the strip club right here? And they looking at her like, yeah, we know her.
Yeah.
Like, that's my sister. Call her. Like, we ain't about to call her. You can't just come here and talk about that's your sister. Right. And well, then call her for yourself and just tell her you right here with Uzi. And called her, and we hadn't seen her in a while. So they was like, pass the phone, and niggas like, oh, that's really your sister. And I'm like, yeah, we got the same dad. We don't got the same mom, though.
Oh,
so
snap.
I always grew up with my auntie Lynette and all that. I always knew game. He used to call me JC. He picked me up a few times as a kid. We then went play basketball. He was always how he was.
That's
checking niggas hard,
crazy.
Yeah. So it was crazy because I always moved a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have no phone as a kid. So if a nigga don't live right here, nigga don't know where you at.
Right.
So I moved 20, 30 times in LA. So I never bumped back into him. So when I grew up, I'm like, damn, this really him right here. And it just happened right there, just like that.
That's crazy.
They ended up coming back telling me, I got on the phone with her. She was telling me, yeah, I had a mink coat on. I'm right here taking pictures with 50 Cent. I'm like, yeah, this is really her. And then, you know, I'm going to tell you what's the funniest part. You don't know how many niggas I met. They tell me, yeah, Game my cousin. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's crazy. That's what's up.
He really my
had
no idea, though. Had no idea.
So fast forward now when niggas tell me, yeah, I definitely know. I'm like, that's what's up, man.
That's wild, bro.
You know, I'll be like, yeah, this nigga crazy.
That's
I don't even be walking around talking about it like that. But yeah, that was really the first. That was crazy because I'm sitting there, and because now you hear the stories about the strip club and all that.
You put it was right across
together,
the street
right now. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So
that's wild. I knew there was a connection, but I didn't know how that. I didn't know it played out like that. Yeah, that's crazy. The fact that his album came out, you went to go buy it, and then that's
that was the craziest shit too. Because I'm a game fan.
Yeah.
That nigga one of the hardest niggas from the West. So I'm winning pressing for it. And then living in the ghetto, you feel me? When that album had dropped, I was like, yeah, go get that motherfucker. I'm driving around playing. I'm a music nigga too, so you expect me to have shit like that. Another question I was gonna ask you was how long you been in the hip hop? I mean, what's your first song that got you in hip hop? What song do you think that made you say I want to be a podcaster? Around what music was out then?
Well, I know it had to be like 93, 94. That's when I wanted to do radio because again listening to 92.3 The Beat.
Did you ever rap?
I did.
Okay,
I did.
You know what I ended up learning? Like niggas that's in music that's real, that got love for rappers and understand it.
So here's the thing.
This nigga used to rap, but he the same way. He used to rap too.
The origin of Homegrown.
Y'all niggas need to do it.
Right, a little collab, right? I was a producer.
That's hilarious.
So I produced, and I
can't even picture you rapping. I hate to hear it.
Rap, yeah, it was.
Did you have the same name? Was your name
it was still Chuck Dizzle. Yeah. So was wild is that Homegrown, the name was a spinoff of the production company that I had. Oh, okay. So it was a Homegrown because I was making beats out of my mom's crib. So it's called it Homegrown. So at the marketing side of me, as I started radio, I was like, damn, I want to kind of like make it make sense. I love the name, so I'm gonna do Homegrown Radio. But to rewind, man, like I remember listening to John Lennon in the House Party and driving down the street, and this is at the time when they used to do like call-ins, and call-ins for people that don't know radio is like they'll call and let you know where they're at on the streets. You can pull up, get some t-shirts and shit like that or whatever. So they're doing a call-in as I'm from Carson, so we're driving down Avalon about to bust around on Delamo, and they're at the Jack in the Box on the left-hand side, and I hear them on the radio say, hey, we're at the Jack in the Box on Delamo and Avalon. Y'all make some noise. And the crowd is going crazy, and in real time I'm seeing this shit. I'm like, yo, whatever the fuck they're doing, I want to do that. Like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I like that.
Damn, that's crazy because that used to be a thing.
Yeah, they used to pull up with the van to like different places.
That was my sole purpose of wanting to do. Like, I just wanted to be a street team nigga.
They stopped doing that.
So they don't do it as much, and that's one of the things I'll be trying to push for.
A regular, like it used to be like at least every weekend or something.
You got to touch the streets.
It'd be random mornings where they'll be somewhere.
They do it. It's just not to the same capacity as before. You got to think there's different mediums right now. Like people can consume.
Social media
music.
Changed a lot.
It changed a lot. It really changed a lot. But at the same time, there's ways you can use it to your advantage. But that's for a different day, different story. But I saw that. Shout out to dude. His name was P Funk. He used to be the morning dude. They used to go out in the streets. He was like the Joe Grande in Big Boy's neighborhood, right? Yeah. He was P Funk, but he was on the van or whatever. And that sparked my love of like, yo, I don't know what the fuck that is. I want to do that.
Go any random place. They just stop. Hey, right now we on the corner at the Wiener Schnitzel in North Long Beach.
Right.
We giving away tickets to the new concert and some T-shirts. And I used to be fired. Now that I think about it, sometimes I didn't pull it up early, and when nobody there, they just give you in. Man. It ain't no big old crowd. I go get something, get on out the way. Sometimes you pull up late, and it's 100 people at that motherfucker, and it's really cracking. So
bro. So to answer your question though, like around that time, Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style was out, so that was going crazy. I remember Mac 10 for Life getting played on the radio every single fucking hour on the hour. I remember Ghetto Jam, Domino was on the radio all the time. Like. So I mean, this is like early '90s, early mid '90s or whatever. That I just knew like I took that and was all I was the and it's funny because I get it now. I was the little dude always calling the radio station, whether it be pranking or just trying to just talk to somebody in the studio. So I would call from the Beat, I would call Power, I would call fucking all the AM stations, anything that I can get a dial on that said their number, I would just call and just try to get on the radio. And I would at that point have cassette tapes. And I don't know if you remember Home Alone 2. Right, that little talk boy, the little recorder. I wanted that for Christmas so I can do radio skits and shit. So it was like this is early on. It's been in me, man. Like so that's early those days was like the inspiration to want to actually get into the radio thing.
Kim, I'm gonna ask that question. You love asking the good peoples.
He like, what question is that?
Oh, he know what it is.
If you were stranded on the island and you could only listen to 3 artists for the rest of your time, who would it be?
Oh man, it's I'm gonna go so my top 3 is a crazy top 3. It's actually not a crazy top 3, but you know how people be debating hip hop, like, oh, my top 5. My top 3 has always been Pac, Snoop, and Quick. That's it. That's my top 3. So that's who I would go with. Of course, I would want to listen to Kendrick. Of course, I want to listen to Nip, you know, as time goes on. But my top 3 is always going to be Pac, Snoop, and Quick. And I'm going to die on that hill.
And what I tell people, too, is like when you say those artists, right, it's not necessarily just they solo records. It's anything they was ever featured on, that's you know, all that.
I'll take the solos. I don't give a fuck.
I ain't gonna lie. As I grow, I be feeling like my top 5.
It changes.
Yours?
It stays.
I kill for that. You said I die on it.
I'm down on the hill, bro. I'm on it. Like, that's it.
And you kind of remind me of DJ Quick when you start popping it right now. I never seen you like that. That was the first time I ever got the DJ Quick vibe from you. I'm like, this nigga just feel like DJ Quick.
Pac, Snoop, and Quick, man, for sure.
That's
for
fire.
Sure. What's so funny is that I'll get into this last story, but I remember with Tupac, when All Eyes on Me came out, and this is part of getting CDs and shit. I remember going to the Delamo swap meet. Me and my cousin pieced up when the album came out. It was a double disc. I'm thinking you're going to get 2 of the same cassettes. We go there, we piece up, we buy it. He get book 1, I get book 2. And I was pissed because I'm like, man, California Love ain't on mine. I'm like, California Love ain't on the one I got. Man, what the fuck? Yeah, he took off with that shit.
Book.
That's funny.
That was the funniest thing I ever heard. Bro, I thought the double disc was 2 CDs. I thought the double disc was 2
CDs, bro.
Come on, man.
And this is the cassettes for sure.
This
so I was
kids,
like, I was hot.
Nigga
13
gave up
pissed.
the wrong one.
I was like, nigga, I was like, which one is California? Oh, you got track 12 of California Love?
Oh. That nigga like, you just let me know I got that.
And
thing.
he lived in the Valley too, so he went home that weekend with book 1. I was pissed.
It's like E40 dropped day shift, night shift. Yeah, right. He said you got the day shift, I got the night shift.
That nigga said, I thought these was the same CD twice.
CDs, not.
He said, just in case you scratched the first CD. Yo, I thought they threw another one in there.
Man, I was pissed. I didn't know what, but that was the first double CD in hip hop.
Yeah,
though.
it was.
So it was like it was a new thing. Nobody knew about that shit.
You say that I didn't. How did you say that?
That was the first one.
I'm giving you credit as a kid anyway, so you could get a pass.
Right.
But now that's the first one. You can't. You ain't even got nobody to ask.
They can't do that.
Nigga, do you got it yet?
Right.
No, I don't know if you know for sure. Nigga might not even take his advice because you tripping. I can tell. I can tell how you get behind music. I ain't never seen you really tripping. That was the first time I seen you tripping.
I don't debate. I don't get into the debates.
No, I'm talking about all the times I know you. I never seen you even get to the edge of tripping. I seen you move.
I'm hell bent on. I'm hell bent on.
You know how you
say
everybody be quiet in the back.
Yeah.
You just even even say that not tripping. You know how to, because everybody already look at you to, okay, we're going to stop.
Yeah.
But there was the first time a nigga said, I died by nigga turned Boosie on us, and I died about that. I pistol whipped somebody 23 hours about asking me about my top three.
You know what it is? Because I think that a lot of times when I talk about that, people they're like, oh yeah, with Jay and nothing. That's cool. People don't give Snoop his credit. People don't give Quick his credit. You know what I'm saying? And Pac's subjective for everybody else as well. But yeah, I've had to live with that for years.
Yeah, because in this new world, I could imagine, because there's a lot of people when they say certain people they favorite rapper, I'll be looking at them like, okay, you just gonna go with the traditional. Just gonna pass, yeah. But it's like certain niggas I can look at you and tell, nigga, you didn't grow up off no motherfucking Pac, nigga.
Nigga Pac, oh my God.
But if you grow up off him, you turn into a different type of person, because he was a whole different type of. You get too many records out of him, and it's just like, damn, this nigga got records, bro.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people's first song was Pac, so when he asked that question, they go deep into why, and it was like everybody got their own reason about it, and it's always good, man. Usually the last question is the podcast question.
I got you.
We already did that one, so I always do this and that question. I feel like Cam don't really like that question.
I don't like your example that you use, so come with a different example. I like the question.
You come with a good example. What's your this and that for him? Break it down for him. Dude.
If it was something within the culture.
Because I feel like, let me say this. Why I use that one, because I feel like it gives them an insight on the question, but it's not something they're going to say. I feel like if you explain it better, you're going to say the answer, and they're going to be like, I'm going to go right with you. It just
make me feel like you don't really like them shoes.
Yeah, you funny. You funny as hell.
If it was something in the culture that you could change, like something that, is probably exaggerated or something that's too much of that we could like replace it with. Okay. Something that I got an example
for you now. Right. So maybe like how back in the club it used to be about dance floor and now it's about sections. So if we could switch it, we'll take the sections away and add the dance floor. Gotcha. So now what in the perspective, it could be clothing, hip hop, radio, music, what you see that you would say that kind of irritates your soul, and then what's something that feel like it'd help the culture if you was to take that out and switch it to what?
So we kind of touched on it earlier, but I want to expound on it just a little bit. But the notion of like clickbait and what constitutes that, right? We know negativity and controversy is the shit that everybody gravitates towards, right? And I'm gonna break it down specifically with the conversation of like LA rap. Right? Everybody talk about what's wrong with LA rap and the artists aren't doing this, that, and the third, and boo, 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 boo. Well, I would want to change that with, okay, who's doing right? Let's shift the conversation from what's wrong with it to what's right with it. Who are those examples that you can say, damn, they doing a fire example of this, that, and the third? You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I think it's more of a powerful shift to do that versus
that makes a big
hold on to the negative side of it.
No, I feel like it transitioned the other way, because it used to be about who's doing great, and we used to be kind of applauding that, and now it's about the other way because it's way more clickable and it goes farther. So now,
well, even even with
let's
artists
talk about what you're doing wrong,
right? No, even with artists like Snoop or Pac or just in hip hop in general, they would always focus on them getting arrested or some bullshit going on versus the album that they sold or giving back to the community or shit like that. So it's like I would definitely want to switch that in the culture. For whatever reason, we fixate on the negative, and I know it does numbers, it drives it, and to be honest, it's more of a call on the audience as well, because the audience dictates what people do.
The audience ain't shit. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Fast forward, I would say I'm gonna say where I feel like it started was World Star. So let's say you dropped the most firest video. It could be about Dear Mama.
Right.
But see, Dear Mama next to
shake that ass.
Somebody getting not even that. Wasn't so and so getting robbed outside of the
so and so getting socked.
Yeah, it's a 1 minute video.
Right. Charlamagne got socked outside the Breakfast Club 5 times.
You
Boom,
can't tell me that's gonna go there. Which one go crazy?
Yeah.
And you'll be thinking your shit going crazy, and it's only because it's next to that one. Let me click that one now. Yeah. You thinking it's you, but it's really that. So the culture's already there. Like if you had to do 2 videos out of people, it's funny because I just seen something like this where they was going to unfortunate people, and they say, do you want food or do you want liquor? And it was crazy because in my heart I was like, don't do that. And it's like
he over there looking at you on your third one.
You watch and see what they gonna pick.
What he gonna pick?
They all rushed it, bro. They rushed it. So fast forward, you say it in the same thing.
Yeah, man.
It's that same exact play, bro. And it's like they're gonna go for it.
They're gonna go for
every
it
time.
So that's what I would want to change. I would want the mentality of the people to change to go towards that.
What we
some
can't
positive.
say is, you know how it's gonna change. You came in here drinking your water, thinking about arrowing for lunch, man.
Right.
So as long as you doing it and being
That's all
that
that matters,
perfect
yeah.
example, it pass on, man. If you do one person, you did your job, but you obviously you done did him already. I mean, not did.
I got you, balls. Yeah, I got
you know what I mean? You on the radio now. They gonna hold it against you, man. They hold it against you, man. But yeah, man, we want to commend you, man. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
You know, you one of the living legends out here, man. You be
that,
trying
man.
to be hella regular and
Come
just
on, man.
fit
I mean,
back in as you should.
I am though.
You don't want to be, you know, above the.
Nah, man, because I'm that same person, man. That I've always been. And I like other people to see that, because it's like at the end of the day, everybody has these opportunities. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you want to do out in life, you can make that shit happen if you apply yourself. And I feel like I feel like I do a good example of that, and I try not to get too high for, you know, all the success and whatever. But at the same time, it's like it's a crazy transition to see, and I just want to be that example for somebody else, man. That's really what it boils down to.
It's fire. And as much as I was glad that I was interviewing you and got to fuck with you, I'm glad that I got to mash y'all together.
For sure, man.
You know what I mean?
It's special, man. Full circle.
Yeah, man. That was dope.
Appreciate you coming, man.
Of course.
You know, as much as he might not talk all through the episode, he
cool ass Cam. What you expect?
But he got the coldest drop on the way out. He don't never stumble or fumble or stutter or flutter, man.
Okay, let's get it then.
Cam, man, take him home, man.
Y'all can tap in with me at COOLAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and the WB Morning Show. And subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture.
There go Theo right there.
Yeah, he got it.
Theo right there.
Everybody always
Everybody want to know what Theo at.
Yeah.
He over here innovative, man.
Yeah, he got that late night voice in the morning time.
There it is.
Hey, man, give us your drop. I know you got yours still.
Man,
Come on.
It is what it is, man. Chuck Dizzle, live and direct. You know, I keep it homegrown. You can find me everywhere across social media. You can find me in the streets. You can find me just uplifting the community, man, doing what I do best every night on Real 92.3 and all throughout iHeart stations. Homegrown, the podcast is still there. It's still thriving. It's still growing. And salute to any and everybody that supported us throughout the years. And you can actually support now. You know, the homegrown merch is everywhere.
I just caught mine too, man.
Homegrownradio.net.
Hey, man, when you say support, that don't mean, hey, I know you, let me get one. No, that means sock it to the pocket so I can take off like a rocket now. You hear me?
Exactly. But nah, I appreciate y'all for having me on and just keep the seeds that we planted years ago. Like I said, I love seeing this right here and keep that going. And most importantly, pay it forward to the next person. I feel like you guys are doing that by allowing people to have their voices heard and their stories told. And yo, man, keep it homegrown.
That's it, man. We appreciate you, man.
Yep.
Motherfucking Chuck Dizzle in this bitch.
Live and
It's your
direct.
boy, Younger Lay, the real Younger Lay, man. We just holding it down, man. We be here every Monday like it's Sunday because it's a fun day. You hear me? It's free to like, subscribe, and share, and tell a friend to tell a friend, man. We around this motherfucker, man. Hello.
Waking up, sunshine beams through the blinds. Young LA and cool ass Cam on the grind. 10 a.m. hits, I'm tuning in for the fine. Spotify or YouTube, blowing up your mind. WB Morning Show, that's the spot. Fresh episodes every Monday, they hot. West Coast vibes, never miss a shot. Eating up the screen, they serving the plot. Look, hit that subscribe, punch that bell. New content dropping, can't you tell? Last for days, stories to swell. Morning shots, we under the spell.
Innovative.